in all the suburbs and in the downtown core. As a matter of fact, 51.2% of Toronto's residents were born outside of the country, speaking to our multiculturalism. If you're interested in hearing about our cool neighborhoods and hubs like Little Korea, Chinatown is the capital of Ontario, which is like a state. You know, Ontario is like a province, so we're the capital of Ontario. I see some of you are looking at this cool building coming up on our right. This cool building, it's the Ryerson Learning Center. It's a common learning space for students, and each floor has a different theme floor. Like it'll be like a beach floor or a desert floor, etc. It's where the students can go and study. We're also passing by the Aura building. It's coming up on our left. The Aura building, it's all glass. The tallest residential building in Canada at 79 residential floors. We're also coming up to our first stop, folks, for stop number 2 at Yonge and Carleton. If anyone wants to get up at stop number 2 for Yonge and Carleton. No request on top, so we are good to go. I don't think there's anyone there too. Yeah, we're good to go. Now, as we pause on Carleton Street, you have a chance to look at this huge building on our left called College Park. College Park. It was designed by Ross and McDonald, who also designed the Royal York Hotel, as well as Maple Leaf Gardens. It was built in 1930 and originally planned to be the largest retail and office complex with a 38-story skyscraper. However, construction was halted because, again, 1930, the Great Depression. So it didn't end up happening, but regardless, it's still a very famous retail store, and you can go get some good shopping in there too. Also too, some of you might also notice coming up again on our left, this cool kind of older building with a little clock on top coming up on the left side. It's Fire Hall number 3. It's built in 1872, but badly damaged in a fire in 1939, leaving only the clock tower and a single wall, as you can see. It's protected under the Ontario Heritage Act, and it's actually being incorporated into a new condo design that'll preserve the original building. It's a theme you'll see a lot in Toronto. We like preserving the old while embracing the new, so we like to have a nice little balance of both, and we don't like getting rid of historic structures like this. Also too, folks, coming up very soon, we're actually coming up to stop number 3, which is for Yonge and Wellesley. If anyone wants to get up for stop number 3, Yonge and Wellesley. Okay, no requests on top, so no worries at all.
I haven't met anybody Yonge and Wellesley.
Pardon?
Never mind.
Okay. Alrighty, so remember when I was saying about the construction, so you can see a bit of the construction right now. I don't know how tall this building will be, but it's looking pretty promising so far. And I believe
that used to be the fire station, you said that it burned?
Yeah, Fire Hall number 3, yeah. And then it was burnt in 1939, and the wall was badly damaged, but it still looks kind of cool, in my opinion, and pretty well preserved considering the whole fire kind of took down everything, right? We're also too, folks, on Yonge Street. Yonge Street. Does anyone know Yonge Street? Why it might be famous? I'm sure you've heard it before. Yonge Street. It was once the longest street, in the world.
1,400 kilometers.
There we go, 1,400 kilometers. Yonge Street. I say though it once was because it's no longer the longest street in the world. It was the longest street in the world according to the Guinness Book of World Records up until 1998. At which time we actually lost that technicality. So annoying. They go a little further up north, like way further up north. It actually changes to Highway 11. There's something like 5 kilometers, right? So we lose by just that little bunch. So you might not want to bring it up to the locals around here. We're still a little salty about that. And we will still probably claim it as the longest street in the world.
11?
Just go straight ahead.
I know, I was going to say that as somebody here that probably irritate them.
Oh yeah, I understand. Yeah, Yonge Street, Yonge Street. Also too, this section of Yonge Street, we're going to be coming sorry, passers.
How did they get
Where are you folks from?
San Diego?
San Diego as well?
That's my family.
Nice. Hi family. San Diego, fun. Where are you from?
I'm from Dixon.
You from Toronto? Yay, there we go. Representing. And then you said Botswana, right? Botswana, and South Africa. I remember that. And where are you from? LA? Hey, welcome. Atlanta, excuse me, Atlanta. In the back, I'm gonna try to read your mouth. What? England. Hi, England. And then the one buddy in the back. Where? California. There we go. So we got America. We got some African countries. That's amazing.
It's not a vacation when you take your kids.
Is this your first time in Toronto? Have you been before?
Yeah, no.
No, you're
I haven't. 21 in California.
Yeah. Happy Pride. Yes.
I think somewhere in Missouri or something like that it's 16.
Really? No, you're
I haven't. Pay enough for what they want.
I didn't know that. I didn't know there was
It's all through the Alcohol Bureau of Control.
They're showing a parody of The Office. I'm not sure if
The
that.
Office was a parody.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, of the UK. You're absolutely right. Yes, if you want to check out The Office, a musical parody, check it out on our Reddit, CAA Theater. Yeah, they definitely do some cool productions. I remember a couple years ago, I saw Potted Potter, which is like a Harry Potter kind of parody musical, which is really fun. Isn't that funny? No. You guys come and see her and just go back. Wait a minute. Right? Are you guys thinking about going to University of Toronto too as well? No. No. Stairs. But yeah, actually right ahead of us, we're going to be passing very soon on Bloor Street a scramble. If you guys don't know what a scramble is, it's basically where you can cross from any direction, diagonal, any type way you want. The scrambles are about 30 seconds. We're in Canada, so you might see some 30-second hockey matches when it's a bit colder in the winter. You can also see some 30-second proposals. I think that happens just about anywhere the scrambles are at.
30-second weddings.
30-second weddings, maybe. Also, too, I know in the States, James Corden, not in this location, but he'll do like the 30-second musicals regardless. And you know, so scrambles are usually in like really important or very busy areas. So at stop number 1, remember there's that Yonge and Dundas. That's an obvious spot, so there's definitely a scramble there. So you might be wondering what's important about this street over here. It's actually home to Mink Mile, which is the 7th most expensive shopping district in the world.
We don't need to go there.
Yeah, it's okay. And the most expensive in Canada by far. Mink Mile. Yeah, so here you'll find it's home to. Alrighty, and again, folks, we are coming up to stop number 5. Alrighty, stop number 5. No request, but I think there's some folks who want to hop on the bus or waving us down. Yeah, there are. Hi. Hello. Alrighty, we're at a complete stop. Alrighty, and everybody is seated and everyone is good to go. We are good to go. Thanks again, everyone, for your patience. You guys are troopers. Don't worry. We got a lot of great stuff we're going to talk to you about. So let's start it off right. Coming up on our right, you're going to see a big brick building with some glass accents. That's the Toronto Reference Library. It's built in 1977 by Raymond Moriana, who also designed the Batashu Museum, which is, we'll be seeing that a bit later. But yeah, Raymond Moriana is built in 1977. And inside you'll find 1.5 million volumes of books, as well as 2.5 million volumes of other materials like films, maps, etc. It's also one of the 3 largest libraries in Toronto. This is one of them. Soon we're going to be passing by. There's another one in the University of Toronto, so we'll grab you. We'll put the one out later. And then there's another at York University. That one we will not be seeing. That's way further up north, but if you want to check it out, just go further up north to York University, absolutely. We're also too, folks, we're not going to be stopping at stop number 6, which is for Yorkville, unfortunately. Don't worry though, if you definitely want to go to Yorkville, we will be circling around stop number 10. You can get off and come to this area. But regardless though, we're not stopping in Yorkville, but that doesn't mean I can't talk about it. So, ladies and gentlemen, everything in between, welcome to Yorkville. It became its own municipality in 1883, and it's one of the most affluent neighborhoods comprised of residential homes, office spaces, and an array of shopping options. Now coming up on our right, you might see this little kind of clock tower thing. It's actually the oldest active firehouse in the city of Toronto. Yeah, it was a firehouse when this area was just Yorkville, its own township, Yorkville. So Yorkville is also home to the most exclusive shopping district in Canada. Remember we just talked about Mink Mile? It's literally one street down if you go down to Bloor Street. The Europeans inhabited the area in the 1800s, and Yorkville became its own township in 1883. Funny story on how that actually happened. So back in the day, you needed about 1,000 signatures to become your own municipality, your own kind of township, right? And they didn't have 1,000 people to sign it. So what they ended up doing is that they went to the local cemetery, got the names off the tombstone and added it to, and then Yorkville was born.
Sounds like the Democrats.
I don't know if it's ethical there, but I mean, Yorkville's still thriving and doing good, so I guess they won in the end of the day.
If you're dead, you can only vote once.
Moving a little forward though, in history, we're going to jump to the 1950s and 60s when Yorkville was then transformed into the hippie epicenter of Toronto. Actually here you would find people like Joni Mitchell and Neil Young lived here and helped making this into a very affluent hippie neighborhood. Now unfortunately though, if you know a little bit about history, hippies, there's a lot of negative connotations that are around them. So there was actually a lot of police activity in the 1950s and 60s to kind of kick them out of the area. Not only that, but you also found that a lot of the richest in Toronto bought a lot of the real estate around here and skyrocketed the prices, which kind of kicked them out. Rest assured though, they're still thriving and doing well in Kensington Market, which is a little west of us. That'll be stop number 11 too, so if you want to check out Kensington Market, you definitely can and will.
And I think Gordon Lightfoot was there.
Gordon Lightfoot? No, but I know he definitely performed. There used to be a bar called the Purple Onion. It doesn't exist anymore. It's a new kind of venue now, but he used to perform there as well too. A lot of great folk artists did, definitely. We're also coming up on our right. You can see this big building. It's like lighter beige on top and a darker brick at the bottom. It's actually the Hazelton Hotel. The Hazelton Hotel. It was opened within days of the 2007 Toronto International Film Festival, and it's considered the first 5-star hotel in Toronto. It has rooms that are over $4,000 a night.
Somebody's getting married.
So if you want to check it out. Oh, where? Oh, let's wave, guys. Someone's getting married. Congratulations. Congratulations! Yay! Congratulations! You look beautiful. Oh, that's awesome.
She's lucky. Oh, yeah, forget it.
Actually right here, so monsoons. It was called the Purple Onion way back in the day in the 50s and 60s. Gordon Lightfoot, Joni Mitchell.